You can lose your job and find another. But if you lose yourself, who's going to replace you? Every day, people wake up, rush to work, pour energy into building companies, careers, and brands. Yet the one thing they forget to build is themselves. And that, my friend, is the greatest tragedy of our time. You can work 80 hours a week, climb the ladder, get the promotion, and still feel like something's missing. Because while your job may fill your wallet, only working on yourself fills your heart. Your job gives you what you do, but working on yourself shapes who you are. And the truth is, no matter how much success you collect, if you lose touch with your inner growth, your achievements will start to feel hollow. Too many people wake up every day investing everything into their careers, yet they never pause to invest in their own peace, clarity, and strength. They run fast, but don't realize they're running in circles. Because the purpose of life isn't just to make a living, it's to make a life worth living. Think about it. You can spend years building a career and still not know yourself. You can master the art of marketing, management, or coding, but never master the art of managing your own mind. People chase external progress but ignore internal chaos. They earn promotions but lose patience. They gain recognition but lose direction. It's easy to forget that your external world is only as strong as your internal world. If your mind is restless, your success will always feel fragile. If your emotions are unstable, your career will always feel like walking on thin ice. The foundation of a powerful life isn't just in doing more, it's in being more. Working on yourself means developing awareness, the kind that helps you pause before reacting, think before speaking, and choose before falling into the same old habits. It's about understanding your triggers, your fears, your insecurities, and having the courage to face them head on. You don't grow by avoiding discomfort. You grow by confronting it. Self-work is not glamorous. It's raw, uncomfortable, and deeply personal. But that's where transformation happens. You can't expect peace while living in internal chaos. You can't expect fulfillment when you're a stranger to your own thoughts. The world outside changes when the world inside evolves. It's not about abandoning ambition. It's about aligning it. Your job is the platform. You are the performer. If you spend all your energy perfecting the platform and none perfecting the performer, how long do you think the show will last? Growth begins when you stop working just for money and start working for meaning. Every job, every challenge, every failure becomes a mirror reflecting who you're becoming. The question isn't, what am I getting from this? But who am I becoming through this? That one shift changes everything. You start seeing every experience, good or bad, as a training ground for your personal evolution. When you work on yourself, you start to notice how the same situation that used to frustrate you now strengthens you. The same criticism that once hurt you now teaches you. You begin to respond instead of react. You become calmer, clearer, and more confident. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That's the magic of inner work, see. It doesn't change the world around you, it changes how you move through it. Suddenly, your energy inspires others, your presence commands respect, and your peace becomes your power. You stop chasing validation because you finally find value within yourself. And that's when work stops feeling pressure and starts feeling like purpose. Because you're no longer driven by fear of failure. You're driven by the fire of growth. The paycheck becomes secondary. Progress becomes primary. You realize that working harder on yourself automatically makes you better at your job. You communicate better, lead better, connect better. You bring more authenticity, more empathy, more excellence into everything you do. Because the stronger your roots, the higher you can rise. The job may shape your RA, but self-work shapes your destiny. And when those two align, success becomes not just what you achieve, but who you become along the way. Positions change, titles fade, companies restructure, but the person you are becoming, that is what stays. Too many people anchor their identity to their job title. I am a manager, I am a director, I am a CEO, but those titles are fragile. One decision, one merger, one unexpected twist, and the title disappears. When that happens, who are you without it? The truth is, your position is temporary, but your personal evolution is permanent. You are not the job you do, you are the person who does it. When you understand that, you stop building your worth around what you have and start building it around who you are. Because while the world can take away your position, no one can take away your personhood. Every job is just a chapter, not the whole story. But most people treat it like the entire book. They pour all their identity, confidence, and joy into their role at work. Then, when the job changes or ends, they feel lost, disconnected, even empty. That's not failure, that's imbalance. A well-built life cannot depend entirely on external validation. When your sense of self is tied to your job, you'll always be one decision away from an identity crisis. But when it's rooted in personal growth, no loss can shake you. Because you understand that jobs may come and go, but your character, your values, your integrity, those are yours forever. They are the foundation no storm can wash away. Every position you hold is simply a classroom for growth. Whether you're flipping burgers, teaching students, leading teams, or building companies, each role is training your character. The real question is not, what did I achieve in this position? But, what did I learn? Did it make you more patient, more empathetic, more disciplined? The external results matter, but the internal lessons define you. Because while your resume might impress others, your growth impresses life. A title might get you into the room, but your character determines whether you belong there. Every opportunity is temporary, but every bit of wisdom you gain lasts forever. That's why working on yourself is not optional, it's essential. You can be promoted to the highest role and still not know how to handle criticism, failure, or rejection. And that's when people crumble. Not because they lack talent, but because they never strengthened their inner foundation. The higher you rise, the more pressure you face. If your sense of self is built only on your position, that pressure will crush you. But if your self-worth is built on your inner growth, no amount of pressure can break you. You start to realize that real power doesn't come from your position, it comes from your preparation, the kind that happens when no one is watching. Invest in qualities that outlast every job description. Skills can become outdated, industries can collapse, technologies can evolve, but values never expire. Work ethic, humility, self-control, communication, empathy, these are timeless currencies. They follow you everywhere. When you focus on becoming a better human being, not just a better employee, every career move becomes stronger because it's built on substance, not status. And ironically, the more you grow internally, the more your external world begins to expand naturally. People trust character. Companies reward consistency. Life honors authenticity. So don't chase a title, build a temperament. Don't obsess over climbing ladders. Focus on deepening roots. Every job you hold should help refine you, not define you. Let the role serve as a mirror, showing you where you need to grow next. Learn from every challenge, every conflict, every responsibility. Because at the end of the day, when the desk is cleared, the nameplate removed, and the title handed over, the only thing that remains is you, the person you became in the process. That's the real promotion. Two people can start from the same place, have the same education, the same opportunities, and even the same tools. But one of them will rise higher, move faster, and create more impact. The difference isn't luck, it's mindset. Your mindset is the invisible hand that shapes your reality. It determines how you see challenges, how you process failure, and how you respond to growth. You can't control the market, the economy, or your boss, but you can always control your attitude. A strong mindset doesn't eliminate obstacles, it helps you outgrow them. When your mindset expands, your world expands with it. That's why your outer growth will always be limited by your inner thinking. So many people think that skill alone brings success. They attend every training, chase every certification, master every tool, but still feel stuck. Because while their skill set improved, their mindset didn't. They learned how to do more, but not how to think more. The mind is like a muscle. It weakens when left untrained. If you don't feed it with new thoughts, new perspectives, and new challenges, it starts replaying old fears, old doubts, and old limitations. You begin to live the same year over and over again and call it growth. Real progress starts when you stop just collecting information and start transforming the way you interpret it. Every situation in life is neutral until your mind gives it meaning. Two people can face the same rejection. One breaks, the other builds. One complains, the other learns. The only difference lies in how they choose to think. That's why working on your mindset is the greatest investment you can ever make. Because life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. You can either wait for the job to challenge you or challenge yourself before life does. Learn something every week that stretches you. Read books that shift your thinking. Surround yourself with people who question your comfort. Growth doesn't come from doing more of what you already know. It comes from stepping into what you don't. When you upgrade your mindset, you stop reacting emotionally and start responding intelligently. You begin to see pressure as a privilege. You stop blaming circumstances and start asking better questions. What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this? That shift changes everything. Instead of being trapped by problems, you become trained by them. Mindset turns obstacles into opportunities, and that's the foundation of unstoppable people. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through perspective. They understand that success is never about avoiding failure. It's about mastering recovery. A powerful mindset also changes your relationship with effort. Most people only work hard when they feel motivated. But those with a growth mindset work hard because they are committed. They understand that consistency beats intensity every time. They know that true progress is invisible for a while. It grows silently, like roots underground, before it blooms. A strong mind doesn't seek instant gratification, it seeks lasting growth. It's the ability to keep showing up, keep learning, and keep improving even when no one is clapping. Because success is built in the moments when it feels like nothing is happening. And that's what makes mindset the ultimate multiplier. It determines not only what you achieve, but how you achieve it. With the right mindset, every experience becomes fuel for growth. You don't just work harder, you work smarter, calmer, wiser. You handle stress better, lead people better, and live fuller. The job may give you income, but your mindset determines your impact. When your thoughts rise, your results rise. Because in the end, it's never the conditions of your life that decide your future. It's the conditioning of your mind. In a world that glorifies productivity, we've forgotten the art of emotional balance. People track their steps, their calories, their hours of sleep, but they rarely track their peace. They exercise their bodies, but neglect their hearts. They chase physical health while their emotional well-being quietly decays. You can have the fittest body and still carry a tired soul. Because true strength isn't measured by how much you can lift, but by how much you can handle without breaking. Emotional fitness is what keeps you steady when everything around you shakes. It's the silent strength that makes you unshakable in a world that never stops testing you. Life will never stop throwing unexpected situations your way. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Opportunities will vanish. That's just the rhythm of life. But your emotional fitness decides whether you crumble or continue. If your emotions are fragile, the smallest setback feels like the end of the world. But when your emotions are strong, even the biggest storm feels manageable. Emotional fitness doesn't mean you don't feel pain. It means you don't let pain control you. It's the ability to process what hurts without becoming what hurts you. It's not about avoiding emotions. It's about understanding them, mastering them, and using them as fuel to grow stronger. The truth is, emotional strength isn't built in comfort. It's built in chaos. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every rejection is a chance to build resilience. But most people don't see it that way. They run from discomfort, suppress emotions, or distract themselves with work, entertainment, or noise. They forget that what you resist will persist. When you suppress emotions, they don't disappear, they just grow stronger in silence. Real growth begins when you stop escaping and start embracing what you feel. When you allow yourself to sit with pain, you learn from it. When you face your fears, you find your courage. That's how emotional muscles are built, not by avoiding pain, but by transforming it. When you start working on your emotional fitness, you begin to see life differently. You stop expecting everything to go right and start learning how to stay right when things go wrong. You stop reacting impulsively and start responding wisely. You become less driven by ego and more guided by purpose. You start to understand that other people's behavior is a reflection of them, not a definition of you. And with that understanding comes peace. The kind that can't be shaken by someone else's words or opinions. That's the power of emotional control. It allows you to protect your energy while keeping your compassion intact. Emotionally strong people don't live perfect lives. They simply manage life better. They know how to communicate when angry instead of exploding. They know how to step back when overwhelmed instead of breaking down. They know that calmness is not weakness, it's maturity. When you are emotionally fit, you can walk through chaos and still stay centered. You don't need to prove your worth through arguments or validation. You carry a quiet confidence that speaks louder than words. Because you've trained yourself not to be ruled by moods but by meaning, and that makes you dependable, trustworthy, and deeply respected in every area of life. Work, relationships, leadership, and beyond. Building emotional fitness takes daily practice. Just like physical exercise, you must train consistently. Reflect on your reactions. Journal your emotions. Take time to breathe before you respond. Surround yourself with calm people. Protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is. You can rebuild your finances, your career, even your health. But if you lose your emotional stability, everything else starts to fall apart. Emotional fitness is what allows you to rebuild after every fall, stand tall after every failure, and stay grounded in every victory. It's the foundation on which lasting success, happiness, and peace are built. You can build a successful career, earn recognition, and rise to the top. But if your character is weak, success will eventually expose you. The higher you climb, the more visible your flaws become. Skills can open doors, but character decides whether you can stay in the room. We live in a world obsessed with achievement, yet starving for integrity. People want power without principles, fame without foundation. But success without character is like a mansion built on sand. It looks impressive until the first storm hits. Character is the invisible architecture that holds your life together when everything else starts to shake. Character doesn't grow in comfort, it's forged in the fires of challenge. Every difficult person you meet, every test you face, every temptation that whispers in your ear, they're all shaping who you're becoming. It's easy to stay kind when life is easy. It's easy to stay humble when no one is watching. But real character shows itself when things go wrong. Do you stay honest when dishonesty looks profitable? Do you stay kind when someone tests your patience? Do you stay humble when success tries to feed your ego? Every small choice builds or breaks your inner strength, because character isn't built overnight. It's built choice by choice, moment by moment. You see, success can amplify what's already inside you. If you're disciplined, success multiplies your discipline. But if you're arrogant, it multiplies your arrogance. That's why working on your character is more important than working on your image. Image is what people see. Character is what you are when no one's watching. Image wins attention, character wins respect. You can impress people with your achievements, but you only influence them with your authenticity. And authenticity can't be faked. The moment you compromise your values to gain something temporary, you lose something permanent, your self-respect. And once that's gone, no title, no paycheck, no praise can fill the emptiness it leaves behind. When you grow your character, everything else in life begins to align naturally. Integrity attracts trust. Humility attracts opportunities. Compassion attracts loyalty. People are drawn to authenticity because it's so rare. A person with character doesn't need to shout to be heard. Their presence speaks louder than their words. They build environments where people feel valued, not used. They lead not from authority, but from example. Because character-driven people don't need power to influence others. Their consistency, honesty, and sincerity are their power. The world may not always reward you immediately for doing the right thing, but it will always remember you for it. Character also determines how you handle power. Power doesn't change people, it reveals them. When you're given authority, money, or influence, your true self comes to light. If your character is shallow, you'll misuse what you have. But if your character is deep, you'll use your position to serve, not control. Great leaders are not remembered for how much they took, but for how much they gave. They didn't chase recognition, they chased contribution. That's the mark of someone who has worked on their character. They measure success not by the spotlight they receive, but by the value they create for others. So while the world is busy chasing success, chase substance. While others polish their resumes, polish your principles. While others try to be seen, try to be solid. Your career can make you important, but your character makes you unforgettable. It's what people remember long after your achievements are forgotten. Skills can get you to the top, but character is what keeps you there. Because no matter how bright your success shines, it's your inner light, your integrity, humility, and goodness that gives it meaning. Work harder on being valuable than being visible, and success will stop being something you chase. It will start being something you attract. One day, the desk you sit at will belong to someone else. The company you've given your years to will continue without you. Your nameplate will be taken down and your position will be filled. But the person you became in the process, the wisdom you gained, the kindness you spread, the strength you built, that will stay with you forever. Your job is temporary, but your growth is eternal. Most people spend their whole lives polishing the outer world, building careers, acquiring titles, collecting possessions, yet they forget to nurture the one thing that truly lasts, their inner world. Because when the job ends, it's your inner strength, not your outer success, that will define the quality of your life. A career is a chapter, not the entire book. It's a part of your journey, not your identity. When people make their job their whole existence, they start living reactively. Their happiness depends on promotions, on praise, on paychecks. But that's a fragile way to live. The moment the external reward fades, they feel lost. Working on your inner journey, however, gives you an anchor, a sense of purpose that isn't shaken by circumstances. You start to realize that fulfillment isn't about how high you climb, but how deep you grow. Your job may shape your schedule, but your inner growth shapes your soul. And the soul, unlike the title, never retires. When you start focusing on inner work, you begin to discover dimensions of yourself that your job could never reveal. You learn to sit in silence and listen to your thoughts. You start asking bigger questions. Who am I becoming? What truly fulfills me? What do I want to give back to the world? Those questions don't make you less ambitious. They make you authentically ambitious. They align your work with meaning. They help you understand that success isn't measured by the size of your paycheck, but by the peace in your heart. The deeper you grow within, the lighter you move through life. You stop chasing validation because you've already found value within yourself. Every experience, every failure, every achievement, every delay is part of your inner evolution. When you lose a job, life isn't punishing you, it's redirecting you. When you face a setback, it's not rejection, it's refinement. The journey within teaches you to see beyond outcomes. You start to understand that growth doesn't always look like progress. Sometimes it looks like stillness. Sometimes it feels like pain. But behind every test is a lesson that builds resilience, empathy, and faith. The deeper you go within yourself, the less external events have the power to disturb you. You begin to move through life with quiet confidence, knowing that no matter what changes around you, you have something unshakable inside you. The inner journey also transforms how you approach your work itself. You stop working just to earn, you start working to express. You bring purpose into every task, whether it's leading a team, serving a customer, or solving a problem. You realize your work is not just what you do, it's a reflection of who you are. And when you grow internally, your work becomes more meaningful, more impactful, more fulfilling. You start adding value not because you have to, but because you want to. The more you evolve, the more your presence elevates the environment around you. People begin to feel your energy, your authenticity, your peace. And that's a kind of success no paycheck can buy. Eventually, the job will end, but your journey within never will. The lessons, the strength, the self-awareness, they stay. You take them into every new role, every new season, every new chapter. That's why your focus should never be limited to building a career. Build yourself. Learn to master your mind, nurture your heart, and refine your spirit. Because while the external world measures success in titles, the internal world measures it in transformation. Your job is what you do for a living, but your growth is what you do for a lifetime. The deeper you invest in your inner world, the richer every part of your outer world becomes. Don't just chase success. Become the kind of person success can't ignore.